Hello and welcome to this section or this lecture where we are going to test some of the domain accounts that we created in Active Directory. So the course obviously is a complete system administrator course, and so far we've been explaining and doing some practicals based on a fundamental understanding that the IT department would have certain services that is accessible to other users within the network. And to do that, you need to be on a network with your computer. And that computer will be joined to a domain, and that domain is serviced and managed by the system administrator, hence this course. So we set up Active Directory, we've created a user, we've already joined the Windows 11 machine to the domain, so you can see it is in the My Computers, which is this. And we need to try and see if there are any services that is being rendered or provided by the server. How can people on the network access those services? Hence, they need to use their username and passwords. So for instance, accessing other computers on the network. So assuming this is any other ordinary computer on the network, and we want John Fergal, which is a user account that we created. We want John Fergal to be able to log on onto this Windows 11 machine. So John Fergal has an account name, a logon name, and it has a password, which I know. And what we do is we try to log in as John Fergal. To log on as John Fergal, with this connected to the domain, you can sign in. So when you click on other user, you'd realize that you have the option to put in a username and password. And this is what indicates that the device you're about to use is a domain managed workstation. Sign in to Extraction. So that's our forest name. Now, we're going to sign in with John's account. So John.Fergal. That's his logon, Windows logon username. And the password, which I know, I'll put it in. And we'll hit enter. And then voila, we can sign in as John. And this would create a local account profile on the device that he can log on whenever he sees fit. Now, we would wait for this to just log on. Since this is a whole new logon, it needs to install the profile. So that's set up. And you can see this is John Fergal. And when he goes to settings, and he sees his work or school account, it would say is managed by Astrasia, which is the domain. I'll just go to settings here, go to accounts, and go to access work or school. And it's here showing that it is connected to this domain. That's one way to verify. Another way to verify is through the command prompt and ask, who am I? You're John.Fergal. So that's how you validate or verify your Active Directory credentials. So let's say John had forgotten his password and he wanted the password to be reset. So when we reset the password, we would now maybe say he should change the password to whatever he prefers. So I'll leave this ticked. I'm going to reset the password to something that he can use. I'll click OK. Has been changed. So when we lock this machine now, click here and then you lock. When we unlock this machine and we put in the password, which is a new one that I set it to, we're being asked that the user must change the password before signing in. So we'll keep I will change the password. Okay. password has been changed, he's logged in. So that's how we validate the Windows 11 workstation joining the domain and it's accessing network resources by authenticating John Virgo's username and password. So that's basically what we just needed to demonstrate for this course to validate that we now understand the concept of having a decentralized system that can be used to manage users on computers, just like we've just done. So this way, if this machine is not being used by John, any other person within the company can also log in. For instance, Tracy can also sign in into the same machine. So if John signs out and Tracy wants to sign in, Tracy can also go and use her own username and password, tracy.milan, and put in the password. So this is going to create a whole new profile, whole new account for Tracy on the same workstation. So that means both John and Tracy can use the same machine and they'll have their own profile with their own pieces of software that is needed to be used. A couple of other things that we haven't really explored, which we'll explore in other videos, like when we need to set up a local file share, a network file share for user accounts, your default map drives, file paths, and a whole lot of things that we need to explore, which we'll be doing in other videos. And without much further ado, I'll see you in the next video where we'll probably start working on how to get Active Directory Azure AD Sync set up on the server such that all that you have in your Active Directory here would be now visible in your Office 365 Admin Center. That's if you are in an environment that has both on-prem and online Office tenants. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.